Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Draft Day Sports College Basketball. This is episode number 36, and we are into the conference part of our schedule, and we have the toughest opposition in the conference this year, which is the Navy Midshipmen, or at least based on the non-conference schedule. But when you look at the matchup, things are somewhat favorable, at least with our starting five. Ed Hold, outscoring their center, similar height, out assisting, out rebounding 2-1. Stetson outscoring, similar assists, out rebounding Millard. Johnson massively outscoring, 10 points a game over Anderson, out assisting, out rebounding. William Love outscoring, out assisting, similar rebounding, just a little bit behind. And then Mike Harris, the weak link of our starting five, the only one who's not a strong defender, not being outscored by much, is out assisting, is out rebounding Red. Red does not look to be great at his position. We have a slight height advantage among our two guards, similar everywhere else. Stetson, the only one who is a little bit shorter than. This looks like actually a favorable matchup, but we're on the road, so we'll see how we fare in this one against a team that has had a great non-conference schedule, and our net rating is just 2 spots apart from each other. Essentially, there is nothing separating the two of us. Tip-off underway, and we are in purple for this one, which is odd considering that purple is their color and not our color, but we do have those purple jerseys. And they are in white today. They're in their road whites, or home whites, and we are off to a good start. It's 8-5 in the first 2 minutes of this one. Let's see if we can build a little momentum. We've had some slow starts in games over the last few years, but not on this occasion. So far, not very many rebounds to be had. They are not shooting the ball well at 2 for 7 so far, and we are +4 on the turnovers already, but -2 on rebounds, so that's the one worrying thing. But we shouldn't be minus on rebounds when we are 6 for 9 and they're 2 from 8 from the field. We should be getting those defensive rebounds. We should be plus on the rebounds department, but we're not. We had a nice start there, a nice advantage going. They've cut into it just slightly. It's 15-10 though. Fouls. Neither team experiencing too many fouls at this point. Only 3 in the game so far as we finally get another field goal. It's 17-13, 19-13 now. In terms of the scoring, our scorers are on the bench. McNeil just came on, and he's 2 for 2 with 4 points already. Love comes back. He's got 6 of those points we have. 2 for 3 for him. A couple assists already. Red is one guy I want to keep an eye out for, though he is on the bench right now, as he's the one that I worry about what can he do against our weaker defender. Love in at point guard at the moment with Penders out there. Love up to 9 points already, approaching double digits. Johnson just 1 for 3 right now. So having a lead with our main scorer struggling, both to get off shots and convert those shots, is a good thing. Still +5. We've been +5 for... Wow. The putback close range from the block, pretty much uncontested, and he can't even convert. We have not scored in quite a while. We're going to use a timeout on our next possession here. 31-28. Killed our momentum. That was good timing on that one. Hopefully we can now turn this into something for us, but no, we are still cold. We just stopped their momentum. 33-30. Still can't make a shot. We are shooting so poorly right now. Yet overall, 15 for 29, 51% from the field. Defensively, really holding them back. Just 38% from the field until they just now went over 40. Halftime, 38-32. Considering Johnson, 0 for 4 from 3, 1 for 5 overall. Hold, 2 fouls. He's averaging about 4 a game. He is not doing well in the fouls department. He's the one guy who's constantly in foul trouble that we have to watch out for. Love, the only one in double digits, the only one really shooting the ball well, other than McNeil on 2 for 3. But this This is not bad. Not bad considering, right? Outside of Love, we are really, really struggling. Johnson in particular. And yet, we're up by 6 on the road. At the moment, I'm liking our chances. Now, they are shooting, well, a little better. They're over 40% now. We're still somehow at 51%. We're just not getting a whole lot of shots. Yet, we've had more shot attempts than them. All strange stuff. Neither team shooting the ball well from 3, though 4 for 11 actually is kind of decent. It's mostly down to Johnson. You take that out, we're 4 for 7. Not getting to the free throw line. They only had 3 fouls. No wonder we're not getting to the free throw line. Holy crap. They only had 3 fouls in that first half, yet we still lead by 6. And we did end up at 10. And we do have both fall and hold at 2 fouls. A lot of guys at 1 foul. No major trouble, but that is worrying that the fouls are 10-3 right now. Third chance on that one, and we finally make good. But then they drain a 3 to close the gap a little bit, but we go and score again. 42. We finally get to the free throw line. We only make 1 of 2, unfortunately, but we do at least get to the free throw line. They've already got 3 fouls in this half. They had 3 fouls in the entire first half. 45-38. 47. Sorry, 37. 47-37. We're up 10. Double-digit lead for the first time in this game. And a huge three-pointer there. William Love. He's got 19. 7 of 11 from the field. Holt has 7. McNeil has 6. He continues to do well off the bench for us today. Johnson, 1 for 9. Now 2 for 9. Finally scores. Just another 2-pointer for him. He just cannot buy a bucket right now. 54, 55. Johnson, little Steph Curry vibe. Game 5, right? No. No, we're not going to honestly compare our little college athlete here to one of the world's best, if not the best shooter of all time. And that's coming from a Blazers fan. Love Lillard, but I mean, come on, Steph Curry. Great shot on that guy. Anyway, 63-47, pulling away with 9 to play. We have just got to stop them from building momentum. We want to use timeouts to stop any sort of momentum that they're going to gain. They've got a little bit right now, but just a little. They get a little more after getting a stop, and they extend that, but we get it back with a score. So, again, they build some momentum, so we want to use a timeout here, take some of that momentum away. Don't convert there. It's down to 11. They might cut this back to single digits. We get the stop, but they get the ball back. There we get a stop, but we can't convert. And they do cut it within 10. If they score here, we're going to use a timeout. And they did, by the way. Use that timeout. Did not stop any momentum this time. Now we only have 1 full timeout remaining. But we're at 4 minutes to play. 6-point game, though. We finally did kill the momentum. We finally did score. Fouls. 7-4 for this half. This half going much better for us. Love, 22 points. Hold, 9 points. 4 fouls for him. He's in danger of fouling out here. But we have the momentum. We have an 8-point lead. We have under 2 minutes to play. 71-63, minute to play. That should do it. 10-point game. That should do it. We're going to stall the offense. 10-point game. Yep. They got the big 3 they needed to cut the gap, but it was not enough. It was too late, and we do come away with this one, despite Johnson. 2 for 11 in this game, and yet we still beat Navy. That's incredible. Maybe we are in for a big season here yet again at this level. You know, we had that slow start, 2 for 4. We're 2 and 4, 2 wins, 4 losses to start the season. We're now 9 and 4. 7 straight wins now, including a massive road win here against Navy. Maybe we are the favorites in the league yet again. Despite our weakness at point guard, he does just about enough to be not a liability, and the other 4 combined. And that's the nice part about having 4 scorers. The really nice part about having 4 scorers is you can have your best scorer have a terrible day, but there's 3 other guys who can get the ball through that rim and keep the scoring alive. Our offense down 5 points today compared to normal, 5 to 6 points compared to normal, but our defense did a similar job to what it normally does, and we really did hold these guys back. In the end, they ended up 51% from the field. We stayed similar in the second half. Thomas did not shoot well, but Love had a great game. Johnson didn't, but Love stepped up, 4 for 9 from 3 for him. Johnson, 0 for 7 in this game. Isn't that exactly what Curry did? No, it was like 0 for 9 from 3. He scored 2-pointers. He made acrobatic shots. They defended the heck out of him, made it really, really hard on him, and he just could not find his shot. But when you have other scorers, things can still happen. It was not looking good for the Warriors. By the way, you're probably watching this. The series might be over. The time that I'm recording this is back-to-back with the last episode that you saw, so it's still early in the week, and it's 3-2 for me. The series is at 3-2 right now. Anyway, it's early days yet, as we've only played those 2 conference games so far, but that was the tough one. We're 4-0 at home. We're 5-4 on the road. Our net is now 53rd. Navy drops a little bit to 81st with their first home loss of the year. We're the only ones that are even near the top 100. 150? No, 136, Fordham. 150, James Madison. FIU at 174. You've got Kansas City at 183. Everybody else is outside of the top 200. Brooklyn climbing a little bit, so maybe they're going to go up. But were both of those games at home? Possibly. 3-1 at home, 2-7 on the road. Let's go ahead and push forward a handful of games. We do have to play Navy again in the penultimate game of the regular season, and that one, of course, is going to be at home this time, so we will have an advantage there. But I think they are going to offer the biggest challenge this season. Looking at those road records, right? That's always key. Towson, James Madison, Navy, myself, capable of winning on the road. Nobody else really stepping up as a credible road threat. 2 home games, 2 blowout wins. We're 4-0 now alone. We're the only undefeated team left, but there are a number of 3-1 teams right now. So there are plenty of teams that are standing out above the rest, and most of those are those ones in the higher, inside the top 200 in terms of net. Navy already climbing back up at 3-1 right now, 72 for their net. We're at 58 right now. Of course, our net really didn't improve, being that we were playing at home against weaker opposition. The only South Carolina Upstate struggling a little bit, Fordham struggling a little bit, of those that had a higher net. Things are starting to look pretty dang good in terms of position. I mean, we could be in a 1-2 type situation here with Navy blowing everybody else out. At least that's how it looks early on. It's still super early. What has happened, though, and we're going to check in on right now, is the SATs are now locked in. If you remember, we had one very, very good recruit. We have 2 that we have successfully recruited. And one of them, a B-plus solid top 100 guy with a 2.0 high school GPA, meaning there was a really good chance that he was not going to qualify on those SATs. Oh, it hasn't locked in yet. Oh, I thought for sure it was going to lock in last week. Okay, we have not found out just yet, but we will find out soon. Mr. B+, Mr. 2.0, Donnie Johnson. Still waiting on that one. This week, I suppose. 5 days from now, January 28th, is the recruit SAT scores finalized. His last chance to score better. Wow. This guy. Donnie Johnson's out. The good news, 6-0 in conference, continuing to play stellar ball. Liking our chances more and more daily. But Donnie Johnson, we knew that there was a 90% chance that he was going to fall below the threshold with that low of a GPA. But how bad? Oh my goodness, 6'10". That is atrocious. This guy doesn't know what 2 + 2 is. He thinks it's 3. If only he had read 1984. Also, we have opened things up a little bit. Navy, one of 5 schools at 4-2. Brooklyn is one of the teams we just beat this week to bring to 4-2. Kansas City, the other team we beat this week, dropping them to 3-3. We are opening a bit of a gap over the field right now, over the Chasers, as we have won 11 straight. Having played 10 conference games now, we did finally pick up a loss on the road at Towson. Towson's one of those decent teams, not great teams, but it was on the road and it was a close loss, 3-point loss. We've had close wins on the road as well. You know, the road is never a guarantee, no matter who you're playing against. But we continue to blow teams away at home. So we've been very, very dominant at home and very competitive on the road. Good. Not perfect. So we continue to have a good season here. You know, you're seeing that spread of scoring. It's Johnson, it's Hold, it's Love. Pretty much every game. Stetson never on top, but still scoring quite a bit. He's never the main guy, but he's always contributed. Now, 4 of our last 6 games in conference are going to be on the road, which means it is going to be a little bit tougher. Idaho State, just 6-15 overall, just 3-5 at home. But 5-5 in conference. By the way, my cousin is an Idaho State alum. South Carolina Upstate has been 10-2 at home, 7-3 in conference. That's going to be a really tough one. That's our second toughest road game of our conference schedule. We managed to win that toughest one, but you know, we couldn't even beat Towson. So I wouldn't be surprised at all I wouldn't be surprised if we lost both of those next 2, but I also wouldn't be surprised if we at least split. I would be surprised if we go 2-0. Fordham, that should be a win. Tennessee Martin, not an easy road game. And then Navy, not an easy home game. That's our best chance of losing one at home. So there's a fantastic opportunity here to, you know, honestly go 3-3 over this stretch, because VMI even won't be an easy one, especially on the road. So 3-3 through this stretch would not be terrible. 4-2 would be pretty good. I think 4-2 would be good over this stretch. 5-1 would be phenomenal. I would be very surprised if we go that well. And I would not be offended if the team goes just 2-4 over these next 6. It's going to be a tough stretch for sure. Which means our slender advantage is still in jeopardy. 9-1 right now. Navy's 8-2. James Madison, South Carolina Upstate, and Brooklyn all at 7-3. And then that's it. There's your 5 contenders for 4 promotion spots. Of course, 3 automatic. So we want to hopefully stay in the top 3 over this stretch, but I wouldn't be too surprised if we do not finish on top here and that Navy do surpass us here, especially if they beat us in that head-to-head. To me, the least likely outcome of these 2 road games was winning both. I thought there was a better chance of losing both than there was of winning both, and I thought the most likely was going to be to split, yet somehow we have won both. So we actually beat both teams pretty handily, Idaho State and South Carolina Upstate on the road. That leaves us 4 to play. What does that do with the standings with 4 to play? Well, we're +2 now, as Navy have picked up another loss. If we can beat Navy at home, I think we stay on top of the standings now with just 4 to play. James Madison also at 9-3, but we now have a 3-game cushion over 4th place South Carolina Upstate with 4 to play. So all we have to do is win 2 of them to guarantee promotion this season. And then if we can win 3, then we're guaranteed first place in the regular season standings. We got the win against Fordham. There's 1. But we do not beat UT Martin on the road. So that is our second loss in conference now. So we split those 2 to play, and still have some work to do with Navy and VMI coming up in those last 2 games. Yes, there is still work to do. James Madison at 11-3, Navy and South Carolina Upstate at 10-4. Everybody else has fallen away, but we have a clear top 4. Looking for the automatic promotion, you got to be top 3, right? Because then you have to rely on the conference tournament if you are 4th. Being at home, being that we already managed to beat them on the road, you would think, yes, we are the favorites, but certainly no guarantee. Navy's been very good, 19-4 on the season, 9-3 in conference. One of their losses to us, their only home loss. So they're definitely a good team. And yes, we beat them semi-comfortably, but it wasn't that comfortable. And you look at advantage-wise, the advantage is in the bench and at power forward, of all places, and it's pretty even across the board otherwise. So, this could still go south. We're +8 in scoring, -4 in defense. The field goal percentage, actually, how that last game went against them is exactly how it's gone all season long. They shoot 40% from three, something we don't quite do as well this year as we've done in past seasons. All we need is one. It's game day. This is the Navy game. This is that big one. It's 74-48. Wow. That puts us both at 20-6, by the way, but that does guarantee promotion this season. We will finish in the top three. 13-2 now. 1 to play. It's VMI on the road. They are 8-18 overall this season, but they've been decent in conference, I believe. And it is still on the road. We have lost a couple of those to teams similar to VMI, so this still could go either way, but a win here would guarantee a regular season title. It does not guarantee. We're going to have to check now the standings as we lose 51-53. Wow, we really struggled to score in that game. I'm not sure I've seen a score that low from us this season. Oh, wow. Okay. We did not need that last game. We finished the conference record with a conference record of 13-3. We are a perfect 11-0 at home so far this season. We are 9-7 as a road team. We played 16 games on the road to just 11 at home. Our net, 59. It's not as high as it's been in some previous seasons, but it's still pretty dang good. James Madison at 111, South Carolina Upstate 139, Navy 101. They have slipped outside of the top 100, but that is still, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams, all the way down to Fordham are all pretty dang solid on those net rankings. So there are 5 teams that could challenge and could beat us in the conference tournament. But with a 20-7 overall record, we've already achieved 20 wins this year, 13-3. Regular season title is going to be enough to guarantee promotion regardless of what happens the rest of the way, whether we make tournament or not. 20 wins, you figure we'll make a tournament. If we don't win the conference tournament, I don't know. With that sort of net, you've got, 64 base, 68 teams make the tournament with a net of 59. If we lose first or second round of the conference tournament, there's still a chance, there's still a pretty legitimate chance that we are not going to make the NCAA. We're kind of a bubble team at this point, you could say. So I would think we need to win that tournament to get in or make the final. Could keep our net high enough to maybe get an at-large and be, 13-14 seed. I love it when there's no tiebreakers involved and the 4 teams going down. FIU, Kansas City, Towson, and St. Francis. Amazing that Towson's one of the teams we lost to. 4-12 is all they managed. But most of those coming at home, clearly. 9-18 overall, but that is one of the teams that did manage to beat us this year. UT Martin also, actually VMI. So the 3 teams that beat us all had below 500 records in conference. Things are a little tighter this year than it was, even though we still had a good record, still had the best record in conference. We had a pretty favorable conference schedule this season. Day 1 of the conference tournament, Brooklyn, Fordham, Idaho State, and only one upset, Cal State beating North Dakota 82-81. And that's going to give us Cal State in the next round, 13-15 overall this year. We're going to go ahead and go straight on past this game. Neutral territory blowout, 50-point victory, 112-62 into the third round of the tournament. Day 2 saw no upsets. That means your top 4 in conference are the top 4 in the tournament, which means there will be those 4 moving up. So these are the 4 teams that are going to gain promotion for next season. Myself, Navy, South Carolina Upstate again, and then James Madison. So that's back-to-back with South Carolina Upstate, who we were in Conference T last year with. In a rematch, our 3rd game against Navy, neutral territory this time. We beat them on the road. We beat them at home. But can we beat them on neutral ground? No advantage either way. On paper, we should be the favorite, but you never know. It's so tough to beat a team 3 times in one season. 78-69, we get the victory over Navy. That's going to put us in the conference championship game, and we're going to pick up with that next time. So we have the conference championship against James Madison, who knocked off South Carolina Upstate 84-76. Box score on ours, 57% from the field, holding them to 46. 3-point, they shot well as always. We shot pretty well too. Free throws, much to our favor. 23 for 27. We committed just 11 fouls in the game. They had 19 turnovers, identical, 23 each. It was a lot. Jeez. Love, 8 for 13, getting the job done again. 25 points for him. Hold just barely reaching double digits. Nobody having more than 4 rebounds for us. Their highest, they did have a couple guys one guy at 6, couple guys at 5. So we did get out rebounded in this game, 29-20. So -9 in the rebounding department, minus in the points in the paint, minus in the second chance points massively. But we do comfortably win this thing, mostly on second half scoring, and mostly on William Love, 6 for 6 from the line, 3 for 5 beyond the arc. Stetson getting it done at the free throw line at least. So does Hold. It was free throws. The free throws were the difference maker in this game. But that's going to put us in that conference championship. That does it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.